morning, brothers and the occasional sister. Feel the thrust. I just filled the tank up on this Fairlady Z Nissan 350. $200 gas. So this vehicle came about 4 years ago from a good bastard that said, do not keep running your truck. You need that for taking young fellas out in the bush and doing what you do. I'm going to help you while you're getting your treatment in hospital for cancer, and I'm going to get you into a small economical vehicle to run around in. And then when you're all healed up and the cancer's in remission and you're well, then you can sell it and you can pay back the money. You've got $15,000 and buy wisely. This car was on the car lot for exactly $15,000, and at the time I was going out with a wonderful woman, and she still is, and she's now my ex, but she pointed it out to me in the lot, and I'd looked at it a few times. I thought, well, I'm not a boy racer, and I'm never going to drive a car like that. It's just not me. On the day that I went to go and look around, and I didn't want to buy from a car dealer, I like to buy privately, I wanted to look around and see what was for sale. We drove past the car lot, and this car was sitting in there, and the dealer had just come out and he changed the sign from 15,000 to 12,999, 13,000. So it dropped down to 13 grand. Sorry, I tell a lie. It dropped down to 11,999 to 12 grand. Dropped down to $12,000. So I just went in there and I bought it without even driving it. So I figured I'm going to save 3 grand. I can spend it on fuel. What I didn't know is that today fuel has gone up to, takes 95, so it's I think $3.15 a litre. I think what it is right now. Crazy. Anyway, I'm on the way to the dentist, and today's road check video is about getting your checks, man. We don't want to talk about it, we don't want to think it, we fucking hate going to the dentist. I used to be terrified of going to the dentist until one day I came home after being at the dentist absolutely traumatised, realising a lot of that trauma came from my childhood when they used to, at the Henley High School in Richmond where I went, they used to have these nurses that used to come and practice on the kids. They figured, oh well, it's all their first teeth, and they drill the fuck out of you, and I got all these amalgam fillings which all later years failed and fell out and caused all sorts of pain, but I can remember the trauma of it. And so as an adult you go back, and nobody wants to have stuff stuck in their mouth and have pain inflicted upon them. And let's face it, the dentist can be bloody uncomfortable sometimes, to say the least. Just that big old fuck off needle they put down the back, if that gets that nerve in the back, it feels like someone's sticking a needle in the end of your tongue. It's no fun. We don't enjoy it. But our teeth are important, and no doubt our ancestors used to die prematurely through bad teeth. Periodontal infection can cause all sorts of problems, including heart disease and a whole myriad of problems. The microbiome in your mouth is critical for your whole respiratory system, your whole system, because what happens is with the microbiome in your tongue right down there is it converts nitrogen into nitrite into nitric oxide with the endothelial, and without the microbiome in the mouth, so that's why you should never use a mouthwash and never use fluoride, and if you've got fluoride in your water, go and get your water somewhere else, because it's that microbiome that gets killed by the fluoride that you absolutely rely on for vasodilation to get blood to every little molecule in your body. The good news is that it only takes 4 days to repair that. If you've been using mouthwash, in 4 days your body will very quickly right itself. The body knows what to do. So today I'm seeing Steph. Last time I saw Steph, it's Steph Wells. She'd done a deep root canal that had failed, and I was very, very sick at the time, and it had failed, and I had to go to hospital where they snapped it all off and took it out again because it had become infected. I'm not a big fan of deep root canals. These days I just say pull a fucker out and I'll just get by without that tooth. And so, and in fairness to the dentist, she offered to give me all my money back. It was $3,000, and she said, we'll reimburse you. I said, no, you've done the work. my body rejected it. I don't consider that as a malpractice or anything you've done wrong. You did your part, my body didn't do its part. And so, but that was the second one. I've had 3 done and 2 have failed. Today, on the diet that I'm on, which is predominantly plant-based, I have no plaque in my teeth, and I have none of that stuff that you get at the back of your teeth, that scaling. I have none of that, and my teeth are just way better. They seem to, I don't know what it is, because I'm eating a lot of carbohydrates. Admittedly, I'm eating complex carbohydrates and not refined carbohydrates, and I'm eating lots of sugars in the fruits I'm eating, but no problems. Anyway, we'll see how we get on, because I've got terrible teeth. I've got this false one in the front. It's a cap that got, the only one I've got that's really lasted is one I got down a side street in Bangkok, in Khao San Road, off Khao San Road in 1991, and it's still there today. And he said it might last 15 years. We'll do the maths on that, and it's still there. That on there. And there's a funny story I'll tell you about that if I haven't told you before. While we're going to the dentist, when I went in there, I'd actually been very sick. I'd been in Cambodia and I got typhoid, and I was coming back on the bus, and in my feverish state at night, I'd gritted my teeth, and I broke a tooth at the back, and the one at the front was also very damaged. I was grinding my teeth while I was so sick in this little hut, and I finally got back to Thailand, and I met this prostitute. There's prostitutes everywhere there, and she wanted to, sell her body to me, and I said, no, but I do need your help. What I will do is I'll pay you to find me a really good dentist. She goes, number 1 dentist. And everything's number 1 over there. So she gets me to this number 1 dentist, and talk about, jeez, medieval shit. So I go into this, excuse me, I go into this place here, and he's got a wheel that you tread with your foot. Not an electric drill, but you tread it with your foot, like an old wheel. And as he's treading it, he goes, depending on how hard he pumps it. And I'm looking around, I'm thinking, this isn't number 1, this is like medieval shit. And she says to me, I'll walk out, she says, no, you must go back in there. I'm not going to do the Asian voice because I'll get told I'm racist. So she says, you must go back in there and do it. I mean, I could do the Asian voice, but I'd get told I'm racist, so I won't do that. So anyway, I said, look, there's better dentists than that, surely. She said, no. She said, he can fix it up and make it so it's perfect. I said, yeah, okay. So I go back in there, and he looks at my mouth, and he's like, not good. I said to him, what's not good? He said, tooth broken. I said, no, it's broken. And I said, I want you to make it, either take it out or do a cap. He told me he could make a cap. Anyway, he said, first of all, he had to start grinding the broken tooth and shape it. So he starts grinding on this thing. And I'm like, hold on. I need painkiller. He goes, no painkiller. And then he carries on working. He goes, not good. And I said, what's that? He goes, tooth at back is rotten. I said, rotten? It's rotten. So the one at the back that I'd also somehow broken it in my delirium state. I don't know what I'd done or what had happened, but it had become infected. He said, must come out. I said, okay, take it out. So he comes over and he gets a pair of pliers, and he's leaning over. I said, whoa, slow down. You've got to numb it first. You can't just pull a tooth out. And he goes, no. He says, I have to do the Asian voice, otherwise you don't understand the story. He goes, all you feel is pleasure. I said, pleasure? All you feel is pleasure. And he gets his thumb and he pushes down. You feel pleasure. I said, that's not pleasure. He said, pleasure. And he puts the pliers in and he pushes with his thumb. And I realised when he's pushing, it didn't mean pleasure, he meant pressure. Because Asians can't say the R's like we say them. See, he goes, you feel pleasure. And I said, yeah, I feel pressure. He's pushing really hard with his thumb in the corner, and he's got the pliers in the other one, and he's like, graunch, and pulls his fucking tooth out. And I'm like, ah! I said, that's not pleasure, and it hurts. He goes, painkiller only for old lady and young girl, not strong young man. And I said, well, I'm hurting and I'm not a strong young man. I'm a man that's a pussy and that fucking hurt. So anyway, taking that tooth out, and I was like totally traumatised. And then he carries on drilling the cap, where he's going to put the cap in, this tooth in the front. He's drilling around and making it nice. And honestly, the pain of that was worse than pulling the tooth out. And every time I breathed, it was painful. And I was like tears streaming down my face, and I'm like gripping the chair. And this young nurse is like trying to calm me down. I'm just like, while he's trying. And he says to me after he's finished drilling, he goes, "You're very soft." I said, "Soft?" He goes, "You're very soft." And I thought, fucking hell, these Thai people, I must be soft, because it was excruciating. Anyway, he measures up, he puts the thing on temporarily, and he shows me all these teeth, and they look like real people's teeth. I don't think they are, but they look like real people's teeth. And he's holding different ones up to match the colour. And he goes, good one. And this one here today, it's that same tooth all of those years ago, in 1991, that was put there. How does it look? Yeah, it's not bad considering. Not bad considering. And it's still there. It's still in there. So that tooth there has lasted. Meanwhile, I've had all these ones later that have done, these modern ones, which are completely have fallen to bits. At one stage, I got my amalgams taken out and I got the plastic put in. That was a dumbass thing to do, because the plastic leached and became infected and was worse. So then I went back to the the amalgam ones. I got the tooth just pulled out. From now on, these days, I just say pull it out, because you can get an infection from it. Anyway, brothers, I hope that story doesn't scare you off from getting your teeth taken care of. But the bottom line is this: if you care about yourself, if you like who you are, if you want to not suffer, get your teeth done, because a little bit of injection, a little bit of work is going to save you a whole world of pain, and it really does. You're going to end up with more pain in the end. So go hard now, easy later on. Do your checks, get your teeth done, and that includes for all your checks. Well, I shouldn't say that actually. There's some checks you might not want to do, like a colonoscopy, which can detect if you've got polyps or even bowel cancer. There's something a lot of men go, but there's also some debates on that, whether the damage it can do and what it can stir up can be more detrimental. I think what you should do is you should get your poop checked for bowel cancer, and they can do that. Get your man check, get your DRE, that's your digital rectum examination. Don't just rely on a PSA. I relied on a PSA, it didn't work. They found my cancer through a DRE. Nobody enjoys it. What's this person doing here? Stop in the middle of the road. Come on, you cannot do that. I'm in an intersection, lady. Yeah, my bum's sticking out there. Yeah, get your DRE, and you'll be sweet as, bro. Just book it. Get on the phone now. Ring those people. If you haven't seen your dentist for 6 months, book a dentist. If you haven't had your prostate checked and you're over 40, get it checked. Just do that. Look after yourself. Otherwise, down the track, you'll pay. You may not pay, but you're gambling. There's a good chance you will pay. I've definitely paid for all my lack of checks. This is the Bro Check Club, and it's about checking on a brother, but also you checking on yourself. Okay, I'm just about the dentist. Hope you enjoyed the yarn. Sorry about the poor audio. The car's not particularly flash for doing videos, but I thought I'd just pump one out on the way to the dentist. I'm going to be hopefully doing a video which I did yesterday and putting that on tonight, so it'll be back in time. I was halfway through it, the battery ran out, so I want to finish that one off, but put the ending on it. Go sturdy and get your check. Okay, see you later. Gotta turn the phone off here because I'm at a busy intersection and I gotta concentrate, and we don't want to have hands on the phone while we're looking at all this traffic giving way at a roundabout. Oh jeez, there's a lot of electric cars around. A lot of electric cars. Yeah, I thought if I was getting an electric car, it had to be something that's fast and reasonably sporty. But like this car, at least it wouldn't cost $200 a full tank up. Right, we're there. See you later.